Hold on, what do you love the most?
I would say that's a loaded question. It really is.
I can simplify it if you want.
Because it's a lot. Two things in particular that I really enjoy and appreciate about you is your like consistency and determination. Like you are just very like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. And nothing is gonna get in the way of that. Like nothing, like you real rock steady. You know what I mean? Like I can set my clock by it. I can plan my life around it. I can rest in it.
You can guarantee it.
You are very consistent in how you show up and how you love and how you plan. And I love that. I enjoy that. I need that type of stability, you know. So that's one thing.
So stable. Okay.
Yes.
So Josh and Cola brings stableness, and what else?
Stability. Like one thing like we're gonna do, like we're going to take a trip. Like we're going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
We're going to, you know, be someplace. Like you never know where we are at any moment.
That is true.
You know, like and the crazy thing about it is I don't plan a single trip.
No, you don't.
I don't. I'm just like, how long we gonna be gone? When we coming back?
Every so
What's
often
the
you
weather?
plan. Every so often you plan.
I planned that one trip for Greece, and how did that work out?
I'm glad you can take ownership of that one, because you definitely didn't take it when we was there. I don't know. Yes, you did.
Okay, so
you start crying.
No, I was crying.
But it came out being a great trip afterwards.
So it was a great trip. I really enjoyed it, and I want to go back. I loved Greece, and I really appreciate immigrants and have a whole lot of respect for them, because when you end up in a foreign country and you don't speak the language and you're in a place where you're not supposed to be, and you're trying to figure out how to get to where you're trying to go, and all the signs are in their language, and you're trying. It just, I was like, I really, really respect the people that have the courage to, you know.
I respect them too. I love them.
Yes. I cried in the airport.
Yes,
I threw a tantrum.
Yes, you did.
Because I wanted you to just pay for us to still fly to the other place and go stay there. I'm like, I don't care if we stay a day. We need to still go. And we couldn't get the money back for the booking. But we stayed. Where did we stay?
It was a funny.
We weren't in a touristy area. Like, we were really, like, in where the locals were in the heart. It was nice.
The food was so good, too.
It was good. The elevators are so small, or the lifts. Yeah. We
so,
can't even fit our freaking suitcase in the luggage.
So, but once again, so you said stability. What else? What else do Josh and Cola provide?
I mean, adventure and exploring, because we gon', like I said, we're gonna take a trip. We're gonna see the world.
Okay. So
Italy or Paris or Greece or Mexico or all those places. You always, you know, planning something, taking us somewhere. The whole family or just us, it doesn't matter.
Well, you know, you do pretty good for yourself too. You do pretty good for yourself, Miss Cola.
I also think ministry and faith, like, I think that's a really large part of who we are. I think that's the core and the foundation of who we are. Faith in God, love of His Word, just trying to please Him in how we live, how we love, and how we show up, and, you know, how we teach our kids, or, you know, raise them, ministry, community, people, outreach. I think that's something that people don't always see.
Absolutely.
From those type of things. So I love that about us.
One thing I do love, I will tell you, is that I love serving in ministry with you. I love serving. Thank you. Serving in ministry is a beautiful thing, and not just while we serve, God has enlarged our territory. So He brought the Spirit. So He blessed us with the prayer of Jabez over our lives, and He's enlarged our territory. He's given us increase, and the more we continue to just serve Him, the more He just continues to bless us.
Yeah.
So we got new adventures these days, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. Are growing continuously, I think, and I think we're growing and expanding in different ways.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting to see, like how our life is taking shape.
Especially now.
As we're getting older and the kids are getting older.
Especially now, absolutely.
They out the house and
you're a successful broker, a home decor, where you go inside people's houses and you change their decor, and then they just let you do whatever you want in their own home. Who do that? So you just line their stuff. It's like, wow.
I just like
doing that mother bear thing,
like furniture and fabrics and, you know, paint color and artwork and centerpieces, and I just love that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I'm like good at it, like, or skilled at it. Tony Robbins, he said, it juices me, like it gets me excited, like that kind of stuff. Like I can look at couches and chairs and furniture and decor and art like all day long, and I would be like, you know, that's better than an amusement park for me.
And you're very successful at it too. I'm so grateful.
You know, prophesy that over my life. I received that. I'm not gonna.
What do you mean prophesy? You've been successful. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You had my back years that I was not available to have my own back, right?
Okay.
And now the wave has shifted. Like I had you at the beginning, but then there was a part where I didn't because I didn't have enough male leadership in my life. And you loved me into who I needed to be. So you carried my vision all these years. And because you carried it, I was able to actually take it to the next step when God opened the door. So for you, it's a blessing allowing you to just be who you are in my life. Because without you, I can't tell you where that kid in the streets would have become, of a place that I shouldn't have been in the first place because of somebody else's mishaps. So for you, God has truly anointed you directly to be in my life, and not just anointed, but appointed you to be in my life to do all these wonderful things, and how you gave me 4 babies, and you said, I trust this man, and he is my husband, and we got married and got all these different things going on, and you stuck by me all these years. So I'm grateful for it.
I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. You literally got me over here about to cry. I'm trying to hold it together.
No, don't cry.
Appreciate that, though.
It's a blessing.
We have a very blessed life, and I'm really grateful for your pursuit of me. And I don't just mean like when we started. Like then I was very like no. Like it was nothing you was gonna say and somebody else that was gonna say that was gonna convince me to like lower my guard and trust you. But you just had a knowing, and you always have that. You still have that to this day, where you just know that God has given you to do something. Mm-hmm. He's given us to do something, and you just go after it. There's no doubt. There's no wonder. There's no waver. And I'm still like, God, are you sure? You know, help confirm it. I don't want to step outside your will. And while I'm still debating and teetering with that thing, you like, look, this is what we doing. I need you to trust me. This is the way we going. And number one, I really admired that about you. But I also know how much my life need what you provide. The way you guide, and you're sure of what God says when he says it. And I really appreciate even your patience when I'm like, I'm still not sure, I'm still not certain, I'm trying to figure it out. Because you could just like get frustrated, be like, I'm so done with this girl. I'm so sick of her, you know, asking questions and trying to understand.
That's the therapy in me at that time.
Is it?
You're
therapizing me,
if you want to call it that, but that's the okay.
Like, this child need help.
So I'm
Thank
grateful.
Thank you for helping me.
Oh well, I need to start charging you. So make sure
I'm good for it.
Roger that.
As my daddy used to say, as long as I owe you, you never go broke.
Oh, okay, I like that. I always have a check coming.
Yeah.
So
it's always on the way.
So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about what the mold is bringing. I want to actually let you know how Chachi and Cola has moved from segment to segment in their lives, and now we're in a new area of operation, a new AO, and now we're walking into new territory, ministering to other couples out there, ministering to other families out there, and now that I'm inside the families' houses,
that part is not so much new. It's just more so like opening ourselves up publicly. Like that's not.
Yeah, but it's still different though, and especially now that I'm even licensed in it to do it. So when I walk in,
legit.
I'm a little legit. Like I was riding dirty before.
You wasn't though, because you was still anointed for.
Pastoral wise, absolutely.
Yes, you was still anointed for it and gifted for it, but now you also have the
credentials. Absolutely.
You got the paperwork.
I got the cert. I got the license. I'm that guy, right?
Yeah.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory.
You did that thing.
It's a blessing to go ahead and see it, because now we can actually open our life up to other people who really need it. And I know
this part of it was about timing, because we just were not, like, our life is an open book, but we have worked more so with people in groups. I mean, like, when we did the marriage retreats, we would have, like, hundreds of people, but, you know, like our local church and, you know, couples groups in our living room and, or at a hotel or a resort someplace or something like that, but nothing like where we just put stuff online for anybody to look at it and be all in our business and whatnot.
It's very different now, and it's more
the
broad.
The world is different. Everything is like all over the place.
Absolutely.
So this is new, but agree. I think it's time. I think it's necessary. I think it's important for us to, you know, reach as many people as we can, and help and support as many people as we can. Because marriage is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful covenant, and it provides a lot. It adds so much to your life and your legacy, and I just think, and it's sacred, right? Like, everybody should not be providing you information and stuff about something so sacred. And so I think that's kind of why we're a little bit starting to share, I guess, so that they have some quality food to eat and not just all the junk food.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a real good way. I like what you just said, though, because it's like a buffet. We don't even do. You remember when we used to go to the buffets back in the days? Mm-hmm. Man, I go to them goddamn Chinese buffets, man. It'd be have about 4 plates on me, right? I'm walking like this, right? So many marriages and families, they're putting all of these different things, bringing all of these ingredients and the food elements onto their plate, and they're digesting it from all these different people, but they're not getting what they truly need the most, right? They're not getting the proper balance. The proper balance of spirituality. They're not getting the proper balance of mental
spiritual stuff, just not the right spiritual stuff. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right,
not
exactly.
From the right source.
So you can't intake all that stuff. I can't eat that stuff like I used to, just because my body won't allow me to go ahead and do it. Especially the older you get, and marriages have been doing that for so long because we've been looking at the world and how they implement and what they think about marriage, and then they try to bring it inside their own home, trying to present the same thing the same way, and you can't. I can't have my marriage look like my parents' marriage. You can't have your marriage look like your people's marriage. I wouldn't want that. Why? Because it don't work for us.
Right.
So therefore, if we can get the world's mentality and their view out of our marriage, because the world and society has too much, even the government got too much say-so on what they think the marriage or the family should be.
Right.
And this is what caused the people to actually fall. We're trying to implement a whole new different stage, a whole new different understanding of how to love you. Let me love you the way you need to be loved, the way you are designed to be loved. Not the way I want to love you, but the way you need it to be loved. Because the way you speak to me, or better yet, shall I say, the way I need you to speak to me is different than the way somebody else is going to have to speak to you. It is going to be different on somebody else's marriage as well.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to actually provide for the people.
I think we should talk about that next time. The love languages, and
it's more than 5, right?
I'm not going into that part. What I want to focus on, for example, is
you didn't know that though, right?
Something you just said: loving your partner the way they need to be loved, and not the way you want to love them. Because I want to tell people the Mother's Day story.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes, because I think that's an important lesson.
It was a wonderful day.
Just loving, meeting the needs of your spouse the way they need it versus the way you want to sometimes, even though it may be well-intentioned. I think that's something we should talk about the next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll save that one for the next time. So we're going to talk about love languages and stuff like that.
As long as we ain't talking about 5, because it's more than 5. Hey.
Okay, therapists.
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
We won't debate how many there are.
Okay, cool.
But we can talk about what the core ones are that are widely recognized by the masses. And then I'm sure you're going to introduce yours a little bit more and stuff like that.
I just want to say one thing before we wrap it up, though.
Okay.
I fell in love with that girl named Cola.
Are you trying to make me blush?
No, I want Cola to know it.
I know it.
And I want Cola to go ahead and see it.
I see it.
And I want Cola to go ahead and actually walk and live in it every day of her life.
I got you.
Chachi and Cola, all the way.
Chachi and Cola. Marriage can